When you first get to Maxwell Wildlife Refuge, this is a sign that greets you, and it's a good idea to pay attention to what it says because the animals in there can be dangerous. The only thing that keeps the animals from walking out on the road that you drive in on is the cattle guard. There's also a fence around the 2,500 acres that make up the refuge. We spotted buffalo almost immediately when we entered, and they were on both sides of the road, so we just approached very slowly. Since the buffalo were on both sides of the road, we stopped between the two groups and just took in the view for a while. Even though they're commonly referred to as buffalo, they're actually bison, or the American bison. I'm not sure when the younger ones in this group were born, but the calving season for buffalo or bison is from April through June. And when they're calving, they pretty much stay away from the road, so they're pretty hard to spot during that time of year. The first time we visited Maxwell, it was in early summer, and most of the animals were so far away we needed binoculars to see them, but the viewing was much better this time, in March. Even though we were thinking of moving on at this point, with buffalo in the road, it's kind of hard to drive through, so we just patiently waited. While we were waiting, most of the herd on the north side of the road decided that the grass looked better on the south side of the road, so we had them crossing in front of us and behind us, and eventually most of them ended up on the south side. The best months for viewing the bison are between June and March. Within the refuge, there's an observation tower, and next to it is a little information booth. And I decided to go up and take a look. If the animals are hard to spot from the road, sometimes viewing the area from the observation tower allows you to find the herds. I was able to spot a herd of elk from up there, and then we went down the road to see if we could see them. We saw a herd of cows and young bulls that was getting ready to cross the road, and you could tell that they were very nervous about crossing. So we just parked a ways back and just waited. When a truck came from the other direction, I was a little worried that they were going to spook the herd, but they pulled up and patiently waited along with us. And it took them a long time to decide to cross the road. So I cut out most of it except for the last minute or so, and I'll share that with you. I've heard elk bugle before, but I've never heard them vocalize like they do in the next clip, so I'll leave the original soundtrack so you can hear what it sounds like. The mature bull elk were staying in a separate herd from the cows and young bulls, and they were way up on a hill, so I had to use my zoom so we could get some sort of a look at them. There's some really big ones in the group. On the way out, the car ahead of us decided to try to weave their way through the buffalo, but the buffalo were in no hurry to get out of the way, and we were in no hurry to get home, so we just decided to wait. Sometimes when you have an itch, you just have to scratch it. If you're just now finding this channel, please subscribe. Otherwise, like, comment, and share. We'll see you next time.